Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Straight Shooter. I'm your host, Tats Deej. I want to get right in and talk about something that I teased at the tail end of the last episode. I write a blog for a website called Wrestling Informant, and a couple weeks ago I wrote a blog talking about the WWE's Attitude Era and why I feel like we need to let it go. And, you know, Wrestling Informant, they promoted the blog, and I got some really positive feedback on it, but I also got some negative feedback, which is bound to happen. There's going to be people that disagree with me, and I have no problem with that. I welcome it here. I welcome it on Twitter. I welcome it anywhere. But what I talked about was, you know, the WWE's Attitude Era and why I really feel like people who are just holding on to it so tightly need to let it go. And I discussed a variety of reasons for that. And if you want to go down and read the blog, I'll post the link down below. Go read the blog. If you want to pause what I'm doing right now, go ahead and pause it, read the blog, and come back. And maybe, you know, if you're kind of confused as to what I mean, the rest of this video will put it into a bit broader perspective. One guy made a comment. He's like, why would we let go of the Attitude Era? It's part of their legacy. We should hold on to legacies. And I agree. And I agreed with him on Twitter. We talked about it on Twitter, and I agreed with him. We should appreciate that legacy because it's important not only to the WWE as a company, but pro wrestling as an industry in general, because I think the Attitude Era helped legitimize pro wrestling as an entertainment medium, but also to the fans. It gave us something special. It gave us stars and people and memories that will last a lifetime and stuff that will transcend our lifetime into our kids' lifetime. It really will. There was a lot of good things that came out of the Attitude Era, and I won't deny that at all. But where I get aggravated and where I get really pissed off is I spent a lot of time on the internet, you know, between Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, you know, just all the social media sites, and I, you know, joined different pro wrestling blogs and things like that. There's just this general feeling from the internet wrestling community that the current product is shit simply because it's not the Attitude Era. And I cannot disagree with that more. I will admit, the current product, the PG-13 dubbed era, isn't as much quote-unquote fun as the Attitude Era was, but it certainly doesn't suck. There's some guys on there that are kicking ass and are doing a really good job and who are really busting their asses to entertain people as best they can under the circumstances. And I say under the circumstances because the WWE as a company really began to turn this corner after they went publicly traded. And now Vince McMahon is not only, you know, he is the lead of this company, and I've talked about this in past videos as well as on the blog. Vince McMahon is still in control of the company. However, he has a board of directors and investors that he has to answer to. And at the height of the Attitude Era, big money sponsors started to pull their advertising dollars, and advertising dollars are what make wrestling shows happen. They're what makes live TV happen. And if you don't have those people contributing that money, you lose out and people lose money, and you just, at some point, you have to take a step back and look as, okay, we can't do, you know, the Triple H, Kane, Katie, Vic thing anymore. We can't do the Mark Henry oral sex gimmick anymore. We can't have Mae Young at 90 years old giving birth to a hand on live TV. This stuff just doesn't work anymore. We can't have the crowd out here every other week chanting asshole or telling somebody that, you know, you just can't continue to do the things that they did in the Attitude Era in today's environment, as well as, you know, a lot of the Attitude Era people have now got kids of their own, and me being personally somebody who had no kids during the Attitude Era, and now I have kids, I wouldn't let my kids watch a lot of what went on during the Attitude Era. And that's not me being a conservative person, that's me being a responsible parent. So for what it's worth in that sense, that's what I meant about letting go of the Attitude Era. Not ignoring its importance in the history of the WWE, in the history of pro wrestling, and in the history of what it means to the fans, but I mean letting it go in the sense that they can't do it anymore. They still give us glimpses of it. There are still characters out there that are very reminiscent of the Attitude Era. Your Dean Ambroses, your Seth Rollins, your Bray Wyatts, these guys, and then you've got your holdovers from the Attitude Era. You've got Randy Orton, you've got John Cena, who were both coming into their own at the tail end of the Attitude Era. So there are still glimpses of it, and you can take that and use it for what it's worth. But to say that the current product sucks Personally, I think it takes a shit on the guys who are out there busting their ass every single night to try and entertain within the confines of what they're allowed to do in today's modern era. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Like I said, go down, read the blog, as well as the other blogs that are on Wrestling Informant. I think there's some really great writers there. I'm in good company. I'm excited and proud to be a part of it. I'm going to let you go. If you guys have any questions for me, please shoot me a question either here or on Twitter. Follow me, Tats Heel. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'm stumbling all over the place. I'm out.